okay? And this is more kind of a male attacker versus a female victim kind of position, right? So 2 hands on the throat. Obviously, I have the quote-unquote wall behind me, same as before, right? So I can't move away from the choke. And if he's leaning his weight forward, right? See how when he leans his weight forward, all of his weight goes into his hands, right? Which means me pushing him away, it's going to be very difficult if he's much bigger than me. Now, from this position, there is one thing that you can do to alleviate the pressure on your neck. So if you hold and I lean all your weight into it, is I bring my knees to his chest and I push away like that. Okay? That's a very simple way to take the pressure off of your neck. Sometimes, depending on the size difference, doing that alone might not be enough. The person's arms might be long enough to keep you, right? So I might be pushing away, still has my neck, right? But suffice it to say, if you can do that, that's a good start. Now, if I can't do that, let's say all his weight is forward, guy's super, huge, holding my neck, pinning my head to the mat. I only have a short amount of time to deal with this because any choke, if it's applied well, quote unquote well, this is not a good choke to use, but if he's applying it with a lot of squeezing pressure, then it's going to choke me out. It's going to put me to sleep, right? And that's the best case scenario. The worst case scenario is he breaks my trachea, right? But because of the way his hands are positioned, it's more a squeeze. We call this a blood choke, meaning he's trying to close the carotid arteries and put me to sleep. And a tightly applied carotid artery choke will put you to sleep in 6 to 10 seconds. Pass out. So, from this position, he's holding me, right? I'm going to keep my hands up, always defending against a possible headbutt. But I'm going to keep one arm kind of reaching across, using my forearm to frame. Again, in case he decides to headbutt me. My other arm here is going to reach between the legs, and I'm going to try to hook my hand on his thigh. So the same side, thigh, I'm going to hook my hand under. And I'm kind of changing my hand to a palm up grip. So I'm hooking with my wrist under the thigh this way. And now keep the pressure strong. I'm going to let my guard go, swing my legs, and catch. All right? And as soon as I catch, I take the hand away from the leg, 2 hands on the wrist, elbows tight. I'm pinching my knees, and I'm bringing my heels down. Okay? And from here, I'm just lifting my hips up. And if you can't see, basically what's happening here is my hips are applying an upward pressure on the elbow, right? As my hands pull down on his wrist, okay? So it's called an arm bar or an arm lock. But basically, I'm trying to hyperextend the elbow joint here using my hips. Very powerful part of my body against a relatively weak part of his, right? So he's got a lot of pressure forward. Again, if he's sitting back and he's not really giving me much pressure, then a lot of the time I can just take the hands away. It's very easy. But if he's giving me all of his weight here, give me all your weight, 100%, yeah, this becomes difficult. So I keep one hand across, keep my neck tight. This hand swims, and I'm going to uncross my feet, and I'm going to do a big swing with my leg. See how my leg is almost like a helicopter here. It's swinging nice and wide, because what I want is my hips to come out to the side. I don't want to just try to bring my leg over his face like this, okay? What I want to do is get my hips all the way out. See that? And now my leg can travel over his head very easily. See that? Going around his head, hooking the bend of my knee right on his neck. All right? My other leg is doing the same. I'm clamping down. And now, I know it's difficult, but keep your posture a little bit here. See how my legs stay tight? My knees are pinching together. I let go of the thigh, 2 hands to the wrist. And then from here, I'm just bridging my hips up to hyperextend the elbow. Okay? So one more time. I'll try it on this side now so you guys can see. One arm frames. Watch the headbutts. One arm swims. Okay? So the hand that swims is helping to pull my head towards that knee as my legs release. So my legs release, I pull my head towards the knee. And now my leg can go around. And look, if I can't reach, I don't want this. I want to lift my hips. So my weight is on my shoulders right now. And I'm a little bit pulling with this leg to help lift my hips up. And once my hips are up, I let go of the thigh, pin the wrist, make sure my knees are pinching together, heels are down. And then I lift under the elbow as I pull down on the wrist.